Let's talk about Criterion and their June announcements. Did you take a peek at what they're doing for June?
I caught a glimpse, man. I did. I saw there was a big title. A couple big
titles. One in particular that stuck out to me, which is coming out June 24th, 4K Ultra HD and Blue. More Friedkin. More William Friedkin, the man himself. He's getting some more physical media love with Criterion with Sorcerer.
Yeah, it's big news. This is a sought-after title for many years, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it's had Blu-rays and DVDs and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, this is now, Criterion putting their stamp on it. New restoration from the original camera negative, approved from Friedkin himself, back from the dead to approve it. Came back.
That was nice of him.
Yeah, and outside of, correct me if I'm wrong, but outside of Exorcist and I know French Connection that's been announced, but it's not out yet. How many more Friedkin 4Ks do we got out there?
Kino put out Bug. He did that.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Cruising.
Okay.
It's To Live and Die in L.A. That got a 4K, didn't it?
It did. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The whole fucking filmography does.
All right. At this point, all right. What the hell do I know? You're right. To Live and Die in L.A. And I believe that's got some high remarks too for its for its film quality.
Shit, I want Killer Joe in 4K.
Killer Joe. That's. I don't know. Who would put that out? Is that a Kino?
I could see Vinegar Syndrome or Kino. Yeah, Kino.
That movie kind of weirded me out. But other than Exorcist and French Connection, this is the one that I've always heard like people waiting for to get in 4K, like you're mentioning, like like something really sought after. I didn't know. I didn't really know too much about this movie. I've never seen it, and even the title itself is misleading. I mean, I don't know what that reference is, but I know it's not about a sorcerer, to my understanding. But I did see that it's sort of a reimagining of this film, The Wages of Fear, that Criterion just also put out this year, which a lot of people were also mentioning is maybe even better than Sorcerer, or this is where you should start at least. But I didn't realize that this was, I don't think they're calling it a remake, but a reimagining.
Reimagining.
Have you seen
adaptation?
Have you seen either of these?
I have not.
Okay.
So I got
get roasted.
You get roasted. You have a vendetta. Whenever you love, you haven't seen this one, right? Your turn.
Yeah, your turn. So this is the only thing I knew about this movie was that Roy Schneider. Roy Schneider.
No.
The word of the day, Schneider. I knew that he was in it, but that's about it. And I will say, I mean, I know he worked with him in French.
Oh, look, Pazuzu's in it.
Pazuzu. I don't know. I'm curious to find out from people if this is something that they feel is worth a blind buy. I want to kind of start putting those vibes out there first. Is this a blind buy for two people that haven't seen it? But on the other hand, something that I will say that is probably worth the price of the movie alone. Even if you didn't, just to buy it, there is a documentary on this release called Friedkin Uncut. The entire documentary that came out in a couple of years ago, this awesome documentary about him, about his films. Tons of people are on there doing interviews and whatever. It's on here. That was I think in the theater. Maybe it was something, a standalone. Maybe it was streaming. I don't know. I don't think it had its own release.
Matt, you answered your own question. Of course we're blind buying this. That's worth the watch I'd buy that alone.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is coming with it on the release itself. This entire thing, this entire documentary. And I want to play for the audience, if you haven't seen it, one of my favorite moments from it, which is, and I'm just going to set it up just really briefly. If you have seen it, you'll
Is it the
know
Al Pacino thing?
No. There's a moment where towards the end of the documentary where William Friedkin is talking about how judging films, he never really liked judging films or pitting films against another. I think someone maybe asked him, what do you think is better, this or this? And he just goes off, as he tends to do. He just goes off and he talks about, who's qualified to even make these determinations, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So this is the tail end of that conversation. This is the tail end. Okay. That's the setup. Okay, I can't hear that. Oh, no.
Man,
Lindsay, could you hear that?
Even from the grave.
No, I couldn't hear it.
Oh no, we can't hear it. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna be able to hear this after all that setup.
Yeah, Matt, that was a huge tease. You're gonna have to do something else now. Start dancing. Oh,
could you hear that?
Nope.
Not through my headphones.
Not through your headphones?
Just through your computer, which I don't think they'll be able to hear, right?
I don't know. Tell me.
Well, guys, Friedkin said some cool shit.
Hold on.
As per usual.
Technical difficulties. I'm going to play this first part. Tell me in the chat if you can hear this. Can anyone hear that?
What a show.
What a show. It looks like a lot of people are going to blind buy this, though.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And people that have seen it said it's worth the blind buy.
It's worth the blind buy.
They can't hear it.
Can't hear it. Oh,
Nice.
damn it. Why can't we hear it?
You'll have to do a short about it.
We'll have to do a short about it.
Yeah, we'll do a short. And look at his pants. He needs some shorts. You see how high they were pulled?
Here's another clip I had of him, too. This also is on there, which is also brilliant. And I was going to try to play this too, but I guess I don't know why we can't hear it.
Save it, Matt. We'll do something with it later.
So there's an interview on this release of, let me put this back up. In addition to Friedkin Uncut, there's an interview on here with William Friedkin and Nicholas Refn from Drive, which we've watched. You've seen that clip where basically, I don't know if he's doing it tongue in cheek or if he's being serious. Towards the end, it sounds like he's being serious, but Refn calls his film Only God Knows, or Only God Forgives, whatever it is. He calls it a masterpiece. And
the director, for those who are watching, the director of Only God Forgives called his film Only God Forgives a masterpiece.
And William Friedkin torches him, just torches his ass, and it's excellent. And he's doing it in a funny way, because he's not trying to be rude to the guy, because they're having a sit down talking about Sorcerer. That's what this is. That's what this conversation is. But at some point, the guy calls his own film. He calls his own film a masterpiece, and William Friedkin just torches his ass, and it's great. It's great, and I really wish we could hear it. I don't know why we can't.
I always heard over the years, because as I said, I've never seen this, but on physical media or maybe in general, that there were alternate cuts of this film, or maybe there were in previous editions, it was never complete. I could be way off on that, but I seem to remember reading things about that over the years. Do you know anything about that, Matt?
Mm-mm.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, dude, I'm going to buy it just for that documentary and just Matt, you are like a dog with a frisbee, dude. We're gonna, guys, everyone watching, I hope you're patient. We're gonna get this figured out in the next 45 minutes.
We're not gonna get it figured out.
Matt,
bro, we all love Friedkin, but
Dan Joker suggested you do your best impression of what Friedkin is saying.
Yeah, man.
Well, after maybe this will work. After Friedkin basically torches people that are judging films, and he's like, what's better, Batman versus Superman or La Vida Dolce or something? He's like talking about people that judge those kinds of things. He says this essentially:
fuck them and the horse they rode in on.
But it's even longer than that, and it's great.
Yeah. He is a man of many words.
So now that I've dragged that out much longer than I needed to, all over trying to get Friedkin gems, look at those pants. Look at that belt.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Sorcerer.
I don't know where to go anymore, man.
It's coming out in June.
I think we should move on for Friedkin.
It's coming out in June, 1 month before the 50% off sale. Maybe it's time. Maybe we get it on the blind buy.
They just had a flash 50%
They
off.
did.
I believe it ended today, though. So
They did.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Hopefully French Connection next. Friedkin, love you as always.